So I'm back on the trail. I'm on an old dirt road here, and keep seeing all this weird pipes strung on all between the trees here, and just figured out that is a bunch of maple taps, and it runs way down here. So that's how they're collecting their maple syrup, the sap anyway, to make the maple syrup. And it goes way up there in the trees. And there's some sort of fancy junction down here. That is pretty wild. I assumed they still did it with the buckets, but I guess technology can improve even something like this. And that line, we'll see if it terminates somewhere. That is cool. They've got lines all over the place. These here run right across the trail. I tap this tree here and it runs downhill somewhere. Wow. This is probably the biggest white birch I've ever seen. It is over 2 foot in diameter. That is massive. This is where my water for the night comes from. Neat little waterfall here. This is the Cloudland privy. It was originally installed at the Cloudland shelter, which is now on private property. So they moved it over here. It is one of the more unique privies I've seen out here. So I just came through here. This dead tree in front of me here, there's a huge hornet's nest in it. So I left a little note. I'm walking the last couple miles of Vermont. This evening I'll be crossing over into New Hampshire. Beginning in Vermont was really muddy. It's been pretty nice last couple days. The forest has been beautiful. And lots of tubing run between the maples. They tap the maples here right on the trail. So that's neat. So I'll be in Hanover in a little bit. I'm going to try to get some food. May stay there tonight, but I don't know yet. So see what happens. Look at the rock here. It's pretty wild. Pretty sure that's a big seam of marble. Cool. These are Dartmouth's fields here. Nice Ivy League grass. But this is the trail right here. So it's 4 p.m. I am probably less than a mile out from Hanover. That place, the vortex there is like rip current level vortex. You just can't get out. There's some signs here. Okay. So, ended up drinking a bunch last night. Tented just on the outside of town so we could walk back in. Ate some really good food. And then kind of had an impromptu celebration for making it to New Hampshire. So that means I wasn't feeling too great this morning. And I'm getting a really late start on the day today. And I think I'm only going to be able to do 10 miles to the second shelter from town. But and I think just about all 10 of those miles are uphill. So this should be fun. But I need to get away from that place. If I stayed any longer, I'd get sucked in for another day. And I can't have that. So it's getting kind of late. I haven't even reached the base of this big climb. But it's odd moments like this where I think about how far I've come, how much work went into planning this trip, and it's a lot of effort, both before and during. It's like, wow, I am hiking the Appalachian Trail. That's it just has such a massive weight to that thought. And I don't know, it just kind of hits you all of a sudden sometimes, so I felt like talking about it. Come a long way since Springer. Still have a long way to go. Made it to the top. No idea what I'm looking at, but it's a nice view. So there's this thing in the woods here. I think this was used for making maple sugar, because the way stuff can flow through it here, the way the baffles are. That's cool. Right there is a heck of a cliff. It's got a heck of a view. There's some really good spots here to my left. It's on a little bit of a side trail, but it's all fenced off. I guess they don't want folks out there, so I'll stick to this side of the fence. There's an old wood stove, maybe an oven. It's all cast iron. I'm in the middle of nowhere right now. And it's pretty wild. Wonder how long it's been there. It's a nice signpost made from granite. Somebody had to haul it all the way up here. It's a weird spot for it. It's not even an even number. Cool. Damn. So that thing there is where the cliffs were that I was standing on. And apparently we're just above a ski area. That's pretty interesting. I guess we were. I don't know. Didn't seem like it. Whatever. That's Smarts Mountain. Pretty sure I'm going to be camped on top of that tonight. You can see the fire tower right there. Be somewhere near that. I think it's closed, but I'm only halfway to the top. I'm standing on a pretty cool rock formation here. Almost the whole climb has been across polished rock faces like this. The rock here is pretty gnarled and twisted. But it's like another 3 miles or something like that to the top. Hopefully this is a decent. I think I walk along the ridge here for a little bit, so we'll see. Those are the whites. Pretty sure I can see. I think that's Washington out there. Don't know. The view up here is pretty crazy. And that's where we've come from. Pretty nice tower. Got a brand new roof. I would not want to be the person tasked with putting a new roof on here.